everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. As always, thanks for tuning in and watching the video. And before we do the video today, can I ask you to do a massive favour? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on that button down there, and at the end of the video, if you think it's any good, click that like button. So here's the story. I was giving a golf lesson to a guy a couple of days ago, and he said to me, I've got a load of old golf balls in sleeves. He said, I've got dozens and dozens of golf balls, and some of them are 4 or 5 years old. And he'd had a chat to his local pro about them, and the pro had said, well, you might as well chuck those away, because any golf ball that's older than 18 months old won't perform as well as it should do. And I kind of had it in the back of my mind that that wasn't maybe true. So I've done a little bit of research and tried to find out really how old a golf ball can be before it starts to lose performance. And I've also had a little look into lake balls, because I've heard stories that golf balls sitting in lakes can deteriorate, but we'll come on to that later. So I've dug around on the internet, and this is referring to a two-piece golf ball, which a lot of golf balls are these days. I know there are 3, 4 and 5-piece golf balls out there, but let's just take a two-piece golf ball as the example. Shelf life of a two-piece golf ball basically will last a long time. Two-piece ball has a solid rubber core and a soft plastic cover. A lot of it's urethane, used to be Surlyn. There's many different types of cover. This is what Ralph Patterson, who's the development director for Wilson Golf Balls, says. Quote, "For a two-piece ball, we have seen no changes after 5 to 7 years, as long as the ball is not subject to extreme high and low temperatures." So if you're going to store your golf balls, you know, keep them somewhere where the temperature's not going to go up. You know, don't put them in the boiler room, or consequently don't put them in your deep freeze. So, you know, somewhere in the house where you're going to get a constant temperature. These guys are saying, you know, that they could be good for 5 to 7 years. Don't keep them out of bright sunlight and things like that. Obvious stuff, really. Titleist recommends that you store your golf balls in a cool, dry place and can be safely stored again for 5 to 7 years. So that kind of clears up that little myth, doesn't it? That golf balls kind of deteriorate after 12 to 18 months. There are theories that a golf ball can last even longer than this, but there's no real scientific test been made over the time to prove this theory. So if you've got golf balls that have been sitting in your garage, they haven't been subjected to really hot or cold temperatures, and they're 5 years old, I think they're going to perform absolutely fine. So we come on to lake balls. Lake balls is massive business, isn't it, these days? You know, we go into golf stores and we buy reclaimed golf balls, much cheaper. They've come out of lakes in Florida or wherever. They've been refinished. The problem is we don't know how long those golf balls have been sat in the bottom of a lake. Now, I didn't spend quite a bit of time researching this topic. A lot of the information says that golf balls do deteriorate. We'll tell you a bit more about that. And then there's people on the other side who are saying they don't at all. I'm tending to go with the theories that they do deteriorate. So according to several experts, golf balls do absorb water, which will affect performance. Different types of golf ball absorb more or less water. So dependent on the construction of the golf ball, again, is it two-piece, is it three-piece, four-piece, what sort of cover we're using, these numbers will change. This is quite shocking. It says it only takes around 12 hours for water to penetrate the cover of the golf ball. This obviously gets into the golf ball and can get down to the cores, according to this guy. And even drying golf balls, even at high temperatures, does not completely get rid of water. Being in water typically makes the ball harder in compression terms. Again, this is relating to a two-piece golf ball. This also slows down the COR. COR stands for coefficient of restitution. There's a big word for you, or words. Basically what that means, it's the ability for the ball to regain its roundness after impact. So the ball's not getting back to a round shape directly after it's been squashed after you hit the ball after impact, which makes it fly shorter. In tests, a two-piece golf ball that's been in water for only 8 days lost 5.8 yards in distance, which is quite shocking, isn't it? Now, I've got no way of proving that information is true, but if you dig around the internet yourself, you will find Lots of people saying the same thing, that golf balls sit in lakes, they absorb the water. The longer they're in there, the more they're going to deteriorate in terms of performance. So I don't know if that's 100% true, but I'd love to get your input on it. Any of you guys and girls out there, used a lake ball and noticed that the performance has dropped off? My advice would be that if funds are there, I would always buy a new golf ball. You know what you're getting, rather than a lake ball. But I'd like to get your opinions on that. So there we go. Bottom line is that new golf balls, as long as they're kept in reasonably good conditions, i.e. temperature, they will last a lot longer than 18 months, 5 to 7 years. And lake balls potentially may not be performing as well as you think you are. So on that bombshell, we will say goodbye for today. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.